Hello and welcome once again to another episode of Paul Plays Infinifactory. Episode 50 if I'm not counting wrong. So without further ado, let's get on with the 50th of these puzzles. So it is resistance shuttles. Let's do. And let's have a quick run. Now on this one, just to let you know, I am conscious of the time because this looks like it's going to be quite a big puzzle, so I don't want to let these videos go to sort of 45-50 minutes if I can at all avoid it. Who wants to watch that? So I'm going to try and be speedy, says the guy who's talking and not getting anything done. Right, this is what we need to build. It's two of these engine pods which seem to come out here already in the 6x6, and we need to then put these nozzles on the engine. We need two of them. We then need to assemble this front thing out of the components we get up here, which is this with this sort of black and red line on it, the two lasers, and then we have these generic 3x1s here. Now, in terms of the 3x1s, we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. However, if you look really closely down here, we see that there, and we see that there. Let's go down again, there, and there. So what that means is this guy here is actually 4 tall. So we need 2 extra blocks, either at the top or at the bottom, to extend these 3s to a 4 tall. I'm going to stick them at the bottom, so that means we're going to need an 8th piece to break into with a grinder or a laser or something to do that. So let's get going with this. The first thing I'm going to do is assemble the 8 or the 7 bits that we know we need. So, 1, 2, 3. I do this for every level. If you don't like it, probably shouldn't. You probably stopped watching long ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. Right. And let's get the sensor on the end. We've all seen this before. Everybody knows this is exactly the way to do this. Nope. Right, and then I'm going to give myself a bit of breathing space underneath, just in case I need to get under there and do bits and pieces, and then they're all going to get built down here somewhere, so I'm just going to lay in a bit of sort of guide there so we can look at it. Okay, so that'll just put 7 there. That's not that interesting so far. So the first thing I think I will do is then get this guy up and over somehow. So that should be in line with that. I will need a lifter. I then need to come across. This guy has to stand here 1, 2, 3. They're all 3 tall, so any conveyor that it needs to get on has to be at least that high. And then 1, 2, 3. And then we'll use these guys. I don't believe I need that one. Right. Okay, it's not perfect by any means, but it's a start. So now what I need to do is under 2 of them, he's back to here. I need to get these little ones in first of all. So how am I going to do that? Well, hopefully I'm going to get 8 of these out and 1 of these. So I'm going to use these ones on the right here as a kind of timing beat for this. So when I get 1 of these out of here, I am gonna do something like that. So I'm going to put a pusher here to push it over, and hopefully only the first one will go through like that. The rest of them will then go through normally. I need another lifter. This is going to get up to this square here, hopefully. I need a sensor to know that we have achieved maximum upward distance. I then need to shoot a big hole in it. I think I'll do it with a laser. I mean, I then need to split the top and the bottom half out. So I'm going to push one of them that way. And push the other one. That way. But this one will probably land here. Okay, well, it would help if I actually, you know, used a bit of wiring to, you know, like wire things up. You think? Okay. Okay, so that's shooting this. So, like, I don't like doing this, but let's just... Oh dear. Let's just cause this guy to take a wander. I don't think his timing is critical. That might be enough. I just don't want him up there when this one shoots. Okay. Okay, what happened then? I missed, sorry. Fast forward it a bit. Right. So, we have the shell of it forming here. This one and this one need to be one higher. And this one needs to, and this one need to take a trip and come in. So let's achieve that straight away. One higher, one higher. Oops, sorry, my mouse is just a little bit funny for some reason. Apologies. Why? Just free it a little bit. Okay, that should be better now. And it was running anyway. So, and there we have it. How does that look? Yeah. Yep, if it wasn't for these little lasers, I think we'd be very happy with that. Okay, so the next I want to get the lasers on. So, what I'm going to propose to do is the laser is there. It's halfway up this one. So it needs to go in there. So this one, as it came round here, if there happened to have been a laser sitting there and another one sitting there, that would have been absolutely perfect for it. Wouldn't it? I know you agree. So let's do this. So if we can get the lasers in here. Come on, lasers. And then obviously we can use one of these very nice new modern... I can't do it there. Let me just kill that. Let me kill that. I could just see then it wasn't going to work. I wouldn't be able to get a bit of conduit to connect the... what I was about to do then. I was just about to put... what I was about to do is put a downward looking counter here, obviously set to 2, the most useful number of all, and then connect it to a pusher. Again, this works out quite well because if you think about it, you know, the one that's got to go the furthest is the first one. We say it'd be horrible if you pushed this one down first and then the second one had to take the long trip. So let's just have a look. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, that's gonna be okay. So let me just fast forward it and just so if as these two come by, they grab the lasers, the word I'm looking for. Yeah, absolutely. And then fall into place. Fabulous. So let's get some welding done. Basically, I've just got this whole thing. It's still all individual bits. I need to be particularly careful of these bits here because they're only single ones, I believe. Yeah, him. So the other thing you've got to be very careful of is what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, you don't want to like you need to position the welders so that they are only there to catch things in their final position. They don't catch all the dross coming through, if you know what I mean. So I'm definitely going to have to weld this okay, let's see where that actually got us. So it's pretty much all a solid block. This one isn't welded. He isn't welded either. Have I managed to take care of these little ones down here? I can't see them, but I'm presuming I can. So the only thing I've got to do is take care of these ones. So possibly just one extra on the end. Like that. And that. Okay. Yeah, that looks fairly reasonable, doesn't it? So now, I need to get it out. So to get it out, I'm going to go up and try and catch it on an inverted conveyor. So I don't believe I need that or that. Let's just check that, because I think the weld, as it comes in, keeps it in place. So I could use this to stick a blocker lifter, a pusher lifter. So what I'd normally do is I would like do that, and then I would get a lifter. Yeah, I would do that. I would get a lifter. I would then put a pusher behind it and let it fall in. But I can't do that in here because, you know, wherever I put it, it'll be up against this. Now I could try moving this, but what I was thinking of doing was that. So that puts it there. Brilliant. And then that's the square going to be, that's where I'll put conjugate to it. So, or maybe conjugate there. No, it goes there because it's not here. This is only my temporary position. See, I said what I was doing, and then I immediately don't believe myself nor my eyes. Okay, so what gets in here the very... Okay, so this square here. So I may be able to detect it one square early to get the pusher going. I don't know how that'll work. Let's see. 6. Now, what I'd like to do is I'm going to need this pusher lifted kept in for a number of turns. So what I'm going to do is, if I put this onto a pusher, have a square in front of it, what does that? In fact, so these are these circular timer loops. I'm sure I've used one before, but this time, so there's going to be a thing right there, it waits there, so when this pushes it, and then I can then detect it using sensors here for as long as I want, and I can actually use patterns in it. I could have, like, you know, 2 on, 2 off, or whatever. I'm just going to go with 4. So give me 4 conveyor belt ticks of sensors on. It mightn't be enough. I might need to go 5, or I might need to do 3. So it just gives me some flexibility, and as long as this loop is short enough so that it gets back before the next time, we should be good. And then 1, 2. Is that the right height for one of these to help get it out? Let me just try that one more time. Okay, and then once it's clearer here, I can just fall back to normal conveyors, and then I'm just going to watch this and just see if we can get 2 or 3 of these produced in a row without the whole system gumming up. Yeah, that looks fine, doesn't it? so. What I'd like to do is get it rotated now into the right direction of the okay, so that, let's have a quick look. Yes. So then what I'm going to try and do is what I'd like to do over here is line up these. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4. And I need a gap between them. But just to keep it well clear, I'll just move them one further over. So imagine if these were sitting here, so if I've got them down, they're sitting here, this comes along, it drives in wells, just and in straight away. That's it, finished. So let's get these done here. So I need these into a 6x6, don't I? And I can use one of these downward counters. And this time I want this to be 3, don't I? Because I need every third one, and then I want to push it out. So in theory that should make that 6x6. Block. Okay. I'm just going to let these push out and just see where we get to with them. So if I was to weld above here and here, so it's over the end one, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 downwards. Remove the guide like that. And then they are that way, so I think yes, not knowing my clockwise from my counterclockwise. What's new? Absolutely nothing. So then I can bring, I'm on the end, which is as good a place to be as any. Come down here. As far as I know, this is incorrect. These have to be, yes, these need to be 2 squares above. I mean, I know I don't need to do this to fill them all in. 1 block holds them up, but I just like it from my head. Don't want that, want that. quick look where that gets us. Okay. So they're lined up like that. They are... This guy is actually one higher than he needs to be. So anytime now you can come down. So I believe the way that hit it, I want it over this square and one below. 1, 2, 3. Bang, bang. Gap. Another pair of these welders. Not there. There. Remove this. I'm probably just going to grab them onto that. So, let's see if that will actually do it. Right, what I don't want to do is I don't want to touch it before okay, that's run out there. Yeah, so if I had something else just helping it in at this height, I believe that would stick it in. Yes. Yes. Okay. So let's have a quick summary as this is going through. I don't think there's anything particularly new or clever here. It's the first time I've tried to, push these into place by using a conveyor, but I presume I could have just moved that to the left. No, I can't because I need that welder there. Well, maybe there was room to drop it in. I don't know, but this is an alternative way than dropping them in. Slide them in, or flip the conveyor upside down and drive it in itself. This is just my little timing loop. So I can, based on any event, I can say, well, keep going for 4, or if that's too long, I can chop back 1. Nothing else is particularly new or clever or strange or exciting, but it's quite a nice puzzle, interesting, different. Just conscious of the length of this video, I don't want it to go on too long, so I'd rather keep it short and sweet, and I'd rather keep doing what I have been doing, like doing them as a single edit, not, stopping it and coming back and saying, well, here's what I did whilst you guys weren't watching. But whatever. Still a fantastic game. 3 left. Anyway, so to save time, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching this video. If you liked it, please do drop a like on the video. If you like what you see and you're interested in this, or maybe TIS100 or other games that I'm playing, you can consider subscribing to the channel. And if you've anything to say, I'd love to hear from you. Please drop a comment on the YouTube channel. So, thanks again for watching. And it's all done. Bye now.